the love coach, Jack Vincent.
Mr. Contest Master, common courtesy in public places. Fellow Toastmaster, honored guests, I used to struggle with this issue, especially people who flaunt their private lives, the intimate moments of their private lives in your face. Now, I'm not talking about two lovers on a blanket in a far-off alpine meadow in a late summer afternoon, although I would like to talk about that. I'm talking about people sitting right across from you and me on trains all across Europe, getting intimate on their mobile phones and with each other. Fellow Toastmasters, I've worked my way through this issue, and I don't get mad, and I don't get even. I get involved. These people are obviously looking for support. And who better to guide them than me? I was recently on a train sitting across from a young woman on her mobile phone. Ronnie, it breaks my heart when you say you go away for the weekend with your friends. What will my friends say? It's like you rip open my chest and tear off my heart with your bloody hands and break it in front of the whole world. I didn't know what to do. I looked at the other passengers and they had newspapers there. So I just looked at her. And she rang off and she looked out the window and sobbed. And then she looked at me. She wiped the tears from her cheek. And I looked at her and I said, "Dump him." Look what he's doing to you. It's not about him. It's about you. You can't go on like this. You're coming undone. If I were you, I'd dump him. Well, this led to a rather engaged conversation. Her name's Sophie. She has issues. I actually came to sit across from Sophie from the other side of the wagon where I had been sitting across from Romeo and Juliet. Or Juliet and Mr. Testosterone. Oh man, he was all over her. His hands were covering a lot of territory. What are you supposed to do? So I found myself with a nose in the newspaper. Finally, I said, wait a minute, who, me? Embarrassed? I'm from Woodstock. Product of the 70s. I put my newspaper down, and I watched and observed. I looked at him, and I looked at her. Oh, I looked at her. And I wanted to see more of her. But his hands were in the way. So I took out a pen and a piece of paper, and I made keynotes and observations. My case study. I rubbed my chin. Well, Juliet was having no part in this, and she got up and went to the washroom. And Mr. Testosterone looked so cool. Slanted eyes and chin protruding like caveman ready for battle. So I looked at him and I said, "You don't have a coach, do you?" A love coach, man. That performance of yours is dour. It's not going to be long before she leaves you. Let me ask you, how long have you two been seeing each other? Well, that's none of your business. I said, it's not about me, it's about you. What will you do if she leaves you? How long is it going to be before somebody else comes along who's got all the mojo working and not, I want you, baby, I want you, baby. So I gave him my card and I said, maybe it would work if you nibbled on her ear and whispered about the two of you on a blanket in an alpine meadow. A late summer afternoon. Hey, it worked for me, okay? Well, Juliet that thing came back, and I thought, this is going to be really uncomfortable now. So I got up and moved to the other side of the train, pretending that this was my stop. Of course, I looked at him and said, and so it is that I came to know Sophie, the drama queen. And as we talked and as we explored her issues, the train began to stop for my real stop. We had been talking for some time now. And sure enough, her phone rings again. It's him, she screams. Can you talk to him for me? Be careful what you wish for, Sophie. She gives me her phone. So I said, hey, Ronnie, look, I don't know what you're doing to her, man, but she's coming undone, okay? And look, it's not about you, it's about her. She's high maintenance, man. How long do you want to go on with this? If I were you, I'd dump her. Go away with your mates. Enjoy life. Enjoy the weekend. I gave Sophie back her phone and I said, Sophie, this has been a very interesting journey. Thank you. And as I made my way to the door, I heard a slap on the other side of the wagon, and Juliet shrieked, Blanket, you jerk, you just bit off my ear. And so, fellow Toastmasters, to my fellow Toastmasters, if you would like free consultative advice, there is a train leaving tomorrow for the direction of Stuttgart at 3:30. I will be on wagon 10, seat 40.